गणराज दयाल करत हो, भक्तन का प्रतिपाल करत हो, भक्तन का प्रतिपाल नमामि श्री गणराज दयाल, नमामि श्री गणराज दयाल करत हो, भक्तन का प्रतिपाल
ईश्वर, तू है ईश्वर, तू परमेश्वर, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा। तू श्री गणेशा, तू ब्रह्मांड, तू करुणामय, तू निर्गुण, तू श्री गणेशा, तू ब्रह्मांड, तू करुणामय, तू निर्गुण, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा। तू जगतारक, तू भवतारक, विघ्न विनाशक, सिद्धि विनायक। तू जगतारक, तू भवतारक, विघ्न विनाशक, सिद्धि विनायक, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा। तू है भवानी, भवभयहारिणी, मोक्षप्रदायिनी, सहस्रार स्वामिनी। तू है भवानी, भवभयहारिणी, मोक्षप्रदायिनी, सहस्रार स्वामिनी, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा। तू है ईश्वर, तू परमेश्वर, तू है ईश्वर, तू परमेश्वर, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा, हे परमानंदमा।
జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానానికి విచ్చేసినటువంటి సహజ యోగులు అందరికి కూడా స్వాగతం అండి. వెల్కమ్. ముందుగా మనమంతా 2 చేతులు భూమాత మీద ఉంచుకొని భూదేవిని ఈ విధంగా ప్రార్థిద్దామండి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, నిశ్చయముగా మీరు శ్రీ ఆది భూదేవి అయి ఉన్నారు తల్లి. దయచేసి మాలో ఉన్నటువంటి అన్ని రకాల నకారాత్మక శక్తులను యోగ ప్రాప్తికి ఎదురయ్యే సమస్యలను దయచేసి మీలో స్వీకరించి మమ్మల్ని ధ్యానానికి తగిన శక్తిని, స్థితిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. మనమంతా కలెక్టివ్ గా సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేసుకొని బంధన్ వేసుకుందామండి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. 2 చేతులు జోడించి శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి సహస్ర పాదాలను వీక్షిస్తూ శ్రీమాతాజీ యొక్క అనుగ్రహాన్ని అనుభూతి చెందుతూ ప్రాతకాల ప్రార్థనని పఠిద్దామండి.
సంస్ఫురాత్మతత్వం సచ్చిత్ సుఖం పరమహంస గతిం తురీయం యత్ స్వప్న జాగర్ సుషుప్త మవైతి నిత్యం తద్ బ్రహ్మ నిష్కలమహం నచ భూత సంఘ. अर्थ कळला का?
రెండు చేతులు శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు ఉంచి చిత్తాన్ని సహస్రారం నందు అనుభూతి చెందుతూ 3 మహామంత్రములు మరియు శ్రీ గణేష్ మంత్రాన్ని పఠిద్దామండి.
त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री महालक्ष्मी महासरस्वती महाकाली त्रिगुणात्मिका कुण्डलिनी साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री कल्की साक्षात् श्री सहस्रार स्वामिनी मोक्षप्रदायिनी माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः त्वमेव साक्षात् श्री गणेश साक्षात् श्री आदिशक्ति माताजी श्री निर्मला देवी नमो नमः
పవిత్ర స్వరూప ప్రణవ స్వరూప శ్రీ గణేశ దయచేసి మాలో స్థిరపడండి స్వామి. బ్యాలెన్సింగ్ చేసుకుందామండి. ముందుగా ఎడమ వైపు. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయచేసి మా శరీరం యొక్క ఎడమ భాగమును శుద్ధపరిచి చైతన్యపరచండి తల్లి. కుడివైపు. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో మా శరీరం యొక్క కుడి భాగాన్ని శుద్ధపరిచి చైతన్యపరచండి తల్లి. రెండు చేతులు శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయచేసి మాకు సమతుల్య స్థితిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. थैंक यू सो मच श्री माता जी, अनेक कृपा आपकी. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయచేసి మా సామూహికతను మీ చిత్తంలోనికి తీసుకోండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మాకొచ్చేటువంటి ఆలోచనలను పూర్తిగా అరికట్టి మా అందరి చిత్తాలను మీ శ్రీచరణముల వద్ద దయచేసి లగ్నము చేయించండి తల్లి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఎడమ చేయి శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు, కుడి చేయి నుదుట భాగమునందు. కొద్దిగా శిరస్సును ఉంచి శ్రీ మాతాజీని ఈ విధంగా ప్రార్థిద్దామండి. అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీ దయతో మమ్మలను మేము క్షమించుకున్నామమ్మా. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, మీ యొక్క పరమ కృపతో మేము అందరినీ క్షమించాము తల్లి. అమ్మా, తెలిసి కానీ తెలియక కానీ మేము ఎటువంటి తప్పులు చేసి ఉన్నా దయతో మీరు మమ్మల్ని క్షమించండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మాతాజీ, దయతో మాకు క్షమాభిక్షను పెట్టండి తల్లి. లార్డ్స్ ప్రేయర్ చెప్పుకుందామండి. అవర్ ఫాదర్ హూ ఆర్ట్ ఇన్ హెవెన్, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. కుడి చెయ్యి బేకాజ్ఞయందు. శిరస్సుని పైకి తెల్చి కొద్దిగా శ్రీ మాతాజీ వారిని ఈ విధంగా ప్రార్థిద్దామండి. హరబులైన శ్రీ మాతాజీ, యథార్థమునకు మీరు శ్రీ మహాగణేశులు, శ్రీ మహాభైరవనాథులు అయ్యున్నారు తల్లి. అమ్మా, మేము కానీ మా పూర్వజులు కానీ ఈ జన్మలో కానీ గత జన్మలో కానీ తెలిసి కానీ తెలియక కానీ మీ పట్ల ఎటువంటి అపరాధం చేసి ఉన్నా దయతో మన్నించి మమ్మల్ని క్షమించండి తల్లి. శ్రీ మహాగణేశ సాక్షాత్. ఓ త్వమేవ సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ మహాగణేశ సాక్షాత్ శ్రీ ఆదిశక్తి మాతాజీ శ్రీ నిర్మలా దేవ్యై నమో నమః. రెండు చేతులు శ్రీ మాతాజీ వైపు, చిత్తము సహస్రారం నందు. మన యొక్క రెండు అరచేతులు మరియు సహస్రారం నందు ఏం జరుగుతుందో గమనిస్తూ కొన్ని నిమిషాల పాటు నిశ్శబ్ద ధ్యానాన్ని పాటిద్దామండి. మనకి ఎటువంటి ఆలోచనలు వచ్చినా వాటిని శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి శ్రీచరణంలో వద్ద సమర్పించుకొని అమ్మను నిర్విచార స్థితిని ప్రసాదించమని వేడుకుంటూ ప్రాధాయపడుతూ నిశ్శబ్ద ధ్యానంలో ఏం జరుగుతుందో గమనిద్దామండి. జై శ్రీ మాతాజీ. ఇదే ఆనందాన్ని కొనసాగించుకుంటూ శ్రీమాతాజీ వారి యొక్క అమృత వాక్కును సహస్రారం నందు ఆస్వాదిద్దామండి.
This day for us to remember that Christ was born on this earth. As a human being, he came on this earth. And the task that was before him was to enlighten human awareness with the sense of understanding. We can say it is actualization within the awareness of human beings that they are not this body, but they are the spirit. The message of Christ is his resurrection. That is, you are your spirit and not your body. And he showed by his resurrection how he ascended into the realm of spirit, which he was, because he was Pranava, he was Brahma, he was Mahavishnu, as I have told you about his birth. And when he came on this earth, in a body, like a human being, he wanted to show another thing, that spirit has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with power. It is all powerful, all pervading, but is born in a stable. Not in a palace or to a king, but he was born to a very ordinary person, a carpenter. Because if you are the king, as we say in Hindi language, Badshah, then nothing is greater than you, isn't it? It means simply that. Nothing is higher than you, neither anything can decorate you, because whatever you are at the highest. All the worldly things so-called are just like dried grass, Trunavat. So he was kept in the dried grass. To many it makes very unhappy and they feel very sorry that Christ, the one who came to save us, was kept under such conditions, and why not God provided him with something better. But to such people it does not matter whether you are lying in the dried grass or in the stable or in the palaces. Everything is just the same, for it does not touch them. They are so detached and they are completely in joy. They are the masters of themselves. Nothing can master them. No matter can master them, no comfort can master them. They are masters of complete comforts within themselves. They have achieved all the comforts within themselves. They are satisfied people. That's why they are kings. They are called as kings, not those kings who run after things, or those kings who seek comforts in life. I mean, if you have comforts, well and good. If you don't have, well and good. Makes no difference. So many people, especially in Latin America when I went there, they said, but we can't understand why Christ was born as a poor man. This is again the human concept about God is. See, he wants to command God, be born in a king's palace. You cannot order him about. We have our own concepts about God. That why should he be a poor man? Why should he be helpless? He never showed his helplessness. He was much more dynamic than all your kings and all your politicians put together. He was not afraid of anyone. Whatever he had to say, he said it. He was not afraid of crucifixion or any such punishment so-called. It's only the human beings, you see, who have these false ideas about life. And that's why they want to put these ideas onto God also and try to make him follow their own concepts. God is not your concept. He is not a concept at all. To also say that concept is after all is a concept is also a concept. This I have found out very recently. This is another myth people carry. Those who say that, oh, concept is a concept, all right, Mataji says, all right, so what? But even this is a concept. Because concept is thought. You have to rise beyond thought, at a higher level, into thoughtless awareness, where you are not in thought, but you are in the center of the thought, in the sense that one thought rises and falls, and there's a place in between, another thought rises and falls. You are in the center of these thoughts. The vilamba, as we call it, the time where you pause. Then you will understand Christ. He was here, partly of course to save us, because he had many aspects, I should say. Not only to save human beings he came on this earth. There were many more aspects. This is also human beings have a demand, you see, that they must be saved. Why? One should, from God's angle if you see, why should they be saved, all of them? What have they done for God? How can you demand, God, that you must save us? Can you? You cannot ask for that. So he did come to create the passage between, as you see here, the Vishuddhi and the Sahasrara, this Agya. In the primordial being, the Virat, he was born there to open that door. In evolution, every incarnation has come on this earth to open a particular door within us and to create that opening or that enlightenment in our awareness. So Christ came precisely for opening this small little door which is constricted by our ego and superego. Ego and superego are the two byproducts of our thought process. One, the thoughts that are of the past, and the other, thoughts of the future. He came to make that gap, to cross that gap, and that's how he has sacrificed himself, his body, for you it is a very big thing of remorse. and repentance. But for such people, it is not. It's a play. They have to play a certain role. That's why I do not understand why do you show him to be such a lanky-panky, miserable creature. He was never miserable. Such people can never be miserable as you are. This is another concept of man, that he should be lanky, panky, tally, skinny, starved, bones coming out. Count them one by one. Horrible, I tell you. From his childhood to his death, he was jolly person. He was happiness. He was joy. To make you all happy, to give you the light of happiness by enlightening your source of joy, that is your spirit in your heart, that he came on this earth, not only to save you, first to give you happiness, to give you joy. Because human beings in their ignorance and in this tomfoolery are unnecessarily beating themselves and destroying themselves. When nobody asked you to go to pubs to get into trouble, nobody has asked you to go to races and become bankrupts. Nobody has asked you to go to horrible gurus and get into troubles. But you seek your destruction morning till evening. Then he comes there, like a morning flower, to make you happy. First, to make you happy, to give you joy. You see, any child, at least I know myself, I don't know about the funny people here. I mean, for them flowers also look like thorns. I mean, I don't know how they manage that stuff. But you see a child anywhere, any child, such a joy-giving thing it is. And this is the child of the divine that comes on this earth as a child. It's the most joy-giving thing. And that's why Christmas for all of us, for the whole universe, should be a festival of great joy. For he brought light for us, by which you can see that there is someone called as God, there is someone who is going to remove this ignorance. This was the first beginning. So, for us, it is necessary to be first joyous and be happy and relaxed, and not to take anything that seriously as we take. Because divine life doesn't make you serious, because it's all a play. It's a maya. I've seen in all the rituals that people follow, in all the so-called religious people, they are too serious to be religious. A religious person is bubbling with laughter. He doesn't know how to hide his joy, and he doesn't know how to control his laughter when he sees people who are unnecessarily serious. I mean, nobody's dead. The way they people say it is sometimes you just don't know what to do with yourself. You just can't control. So there's nothing in this world for a person like Christ to feel sad about. And if you really believe in him, then please first of all give up this silly sadness and sulking and sitting down and becoming morose, not talking to anyone, silent bores all over. That is not the way to look at Christ. See how he went and talked to multitudes. How he opened his hands to all the people around, and how he tried to give them happiness. He has said, that you are to be born again. That means he had to do this work. And that you have to get it sometime. He had promised that you are to be born again. Christ is to be born within us. I don't know what Christians understand out of this. How do you become born again? Not by going through a ritual of christening. Somebody coming from a theological college cannot make you a Christian. Like in our India, we have some paid Brahmins, as you have here paid people, you see. The whole day they will eat, drink, be merry, and evening time they will come and pray and preach. That sort of people. You have to be a person who is authorized by God. Unless and until you are authorized by God, you cannot give joy. And that's why I've seen all these people, the so-called big pundits and the big priests, and all of them are so serious because they are not authorized by God. Even on a Christmas day, anybody who comes from a village may think there's a funeral going on. And after the funeral, they go home. How do you celebrate? With a champagne. And after the funeral also, real funeral also, they'll celebrate this. I don't know why, but they take champagne. How can you celebrate Christ? By insulting him. He came to enlighten your awareness because he respected your awareness, the point at which it had reached. But you are trying to put it down. Is this the way to understand him? And he has promised that you are to be baptized, you are to be born again. And now in Sahaja Yoga, this promise is being fulfilled. So be joyous that here at the Agya Chakra, again Christ is born within you. And he is there. And you know how you can ask for his help, always. But the main thing that one has to understand, that the time has come for you to get all that is promised in the scriptures. Not only in the Bible, but all the scriptures of the world. The time has come today that you have to become a Christian, a Brahmin, a Peer, through your Kundalini awakening only. There is no other way out. And that your last judgment is also now. Only through your Kundalini awakening, God is going to judge you. How is he going to judge you otherwise? You think of somebody now. A person comes in now, here somebody sitting to judge you. How? By how many hairdressers you have been to? How many suits you have stitched for the Christmas? Or what presents you have bought? And how many cards you have sent? And to how many people you have sent some other things which may not be very palatable. That's not the way. Or is it that at what price you bought all the things? The way we are particular? Which way are we going to be judged? By God. Not superficially, people say. So what depth have we got? Let's see. How far can we go in our depth? At the most, we reach a point where we are nothing but a concept again. So whatever depth we know goes up to only rationality, up to the concept point. Beyond that we cannot reach. So how can we be judged? How do people are judged if you go to a doctor? He has his instruments, he works it out, he puts the light in, sees for himself, and says this is the position. And how your spirituality is going to be judged. How a seed is judged? By sprouting it. When you sprout the seed, and when you see its germinating power, you know that it's a good seed or a bad seed. In the same way, you will be judged by the way you are germinated, the way you receive your realization, the way you retain it, the way you respect it. That is how you are going to be judged, and not by the kind of dresses you are wearing, by the type of matching you do and the hairdressing you go to, not by the big positions you occupy and the big politicians and big bureaucrats you become, not by what kind of houses you have built and what kind of so-called Nobel Prizes you have won. You are not also going to be judged by your philanthropic work, by that you think that you have given so much money, so much so. Because if you have given so much money, there will be big ego somewhere hanging, and it will bring you down, your scale. This is a judgment in which the little feather is going to weigh more, much more than a ship. It's a different type of a judgment of a personality. You can see how Christ was judged by human beings and how he was judged by God. He came and lived in the dried straw like a feather. His mother never felt his discomfort. In the same way, those who have not by their being oppressed others or taken oppression are going to be judged as first class. In the Kundalini awakening itself, there are inherent defects. Inherently, the Kundalini has some defects because of your previous karmas. Because what you have been doing in this lifetime. Because the things that you have accepted as reality, which is just a concept. Because when you have not known the absolute, whatever you will be doing, there will be a little of ignorance with it. Whatever you have done in darkness will have a particle of darkness in it. So without knowing realization, if you have propagated, oh, we are great saints, this, that, you will have no chance. If you think you are a very divine personality and you are already a realized soul, no chances. All the priests of all the religions will be the last to get realization. Valmiki in his Ramayana has very clearly said, a very interesting story is there, that a dog was asked, what do you want to be in your next life? So he told, make me anything but don't make me a Mathadish. A person, Mathadish is a person like a priesthood. So make me everything but not a priest anywhere. Just imagine a dog having that wisdom. But I do not say that all of them are like that. There may be some who are really genuine, some may be really realized people, may be authorized by God. But I'm sure they are not accepted by the multitude. I'm sure of that. Because I've seen your history and all that. I've seen all such people have been discarded and have been tortured. But now the time has come to judge the right and the wrong. You cannot crucify anymore. You cannot. Everyone is going to be judged through Kundalini awakening. Now, you should know there are 3 categories of human beings. I don't know which way to start, not to shock you. One is human beings as we are, normal. They are called as Narayoni. The second categories are Devayoni. Those who are born seekers or realized souls, mostly realized souls are Devayoni. And the third ones are called as Rakshas. These are called as Ganas. Actually, these are called as Ganas, but we can say the species among human beings. Are Rakshasas, means the people who are evil. So we have evil people, excellent people, and we have in-between people. Excellent people are very few. They are born realized. I don't have their problem much. But one has to deal with the people who are in the center. They are looking towards good, but have something hanging on to them, which is not so good. So for these people, there are inherently some defects in the Kundalini, which we must understand. The first of them is bad health. Physical bad health, actual physical bad health. In this country especially, people suffer from too much of cold and other troubles due to overcalcium in the water. In the same way, according to the countries, Sthana Vishesh as they call it, you have your problems. Like in our country, we have some problems. Like in your country, you have certain problems. So the physical problems are according to the country where you have taken your birth. Most of you have decided to take birth in particular countries. That's why you are identified also, to such an extent sometimes that you think there is no defect. Every country has a variety by which you suffer a certain amount of setback in your health. So for a Sahaja Yogi, one should know that health is a very important thing, because this body is the temple of God, and one has to look after your health. And you know also, when the Kundalini rises, the first thing that happens is that your health improves because of the parasympathetic fulfillment. Because parasympathetic gives you enlightenment, which flows into sympathetic, and your health improves. I will not tell about it very elaborately today because time is short, but if you read I would say I haven't yet written much, but if you listen to my lectures and some of them which are written down, you will know how Kundalini helps to cure most of the diseases except for which are being tampered by human ailments. Like a kidney trouble now has been cured by Sahaja Yoga, no doubt. We can cure kidney trouble. But a person who has been on the machine, we've tried, cannot be cured. We can give him longevity, but he cannot be cured. But to cure people is not your job at all, by any chance. You must remember this. No Sahaja Yogi should take to curing people. They can use my photograph, but not to take to curing, because it means you are a big philanthropic personality. I have seen people who have been curing get into such a mania of curing that they forget that they are also catching something and they are also getting some troubles, and they never cure themselves. Ultimately, I find they get out of Sahaja Yoga. But with the photograph, you can cure people. Do not think that it is your duty, that you are a great sort of what you call a benefactor, physical benefactor. No, you are not. You are a spiritual benefactor, but as a byproduct, the body of the person improves, because if Christ has to be awakened, if God has to come in this body, then this body is to be cleansed. It is done by Kundalini. But it does not have a separate work like hospitals. I have known people who went so mad with their power of curing that they started visiting regularly the hospitals. And they ended up in the hospital only. They would not even come to programs. They would not even come and see me. So this is one of the greatest hurdles you have got, is the vyadhi, is the bodily ailments. And the bodily element also should not take you down too much. If we have some problem, forget it. Gradually it will improve. With some people it takes time to get all right. But the main thing is to get to your spirit. So do not always say, Mother, cure me, cure me, cure me. But just say, Mother, give me the spiritual life. And you will be cured automatically. It may take time in some people. Doesn't matter. You have been sick all your life. Doesn't matter. A little more time. And also follow the methods which we have told about different diseases, especially liver in this country, colds, and what you call this, gout and all these troubles. We have remedies for all this.
जय श्री माता जी। అమ్మా శ్రీ మాతాజీ, ఈరోజు మా సామూహికకు ఇంతటి సౌభాగ్యాన్ని కలిగించారు తల్లి. మీకు కోటి కోటి ప్రణామములు శ్రీ మాతాజీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీ మాతాజీ. అమ్మా శ్రీ క్షమాదాత్రి, ఈ ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానమునందు మాచే తెలిసి కానీ తెలియక కానీ ఎటువంటి పొరపాటు జరిగి ఉన్నా దయతో మన్నించి మమ్మల్ని క్షమించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా శ్రీమాతాజీ, దయతో మా సామూహికకు ఆధ్యాత్మిక ఉన్నతిని ప్రసాదించండి తల్లి. అమ్మా, మీ యొక్క పరమ కృపతో ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో పలు ప్రదేశాలలో చైతన్య రథయాత్ర జరుగుతుంది తల్లి. మరి ఎంతో మంది సత్యాన్వేషకులు కుగురువులను అగురువులను ఆశ్రయించి చాలా ఇబ్బందుల్లో ఉన్నారు తల్లి. దయతో వారందరినీ మీ చిత్తంలోనికి తీసుకొని ఈ చైతన్య రథయాత్ర యొక్క సదవకాశాన్ని వారందరూ వినియోగించుకునేటట్టు మీరు దయతో అనుగ్రహించండి తల్లి. అందుకుగాను ముందుగా ఆత్మ సాక్షాత్కారం పొంది ఉన్నటువంటి మీ ఈ ఇన్స్ట్రుమెంట్స్ ని దయతో వినియోగించుకోండి తల్లి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీమాతాజీ. ప్రాతకాల ధ్యానానికి విచ్చేసినటువంటి అందరికి కూడా ధన్యవాదాలండి. మరికొంతసేపు సహజ్ మ్యూజిక్ ప్రసారం అవుతుంది. ఈ జాయిన్ కాసేపు మనం ఇంకా కొనసాగించుకోవచ్చండి. అందరికీ హ్యాపీ నిర్మల్ డే. మరి అదేవిధంగా సాయంత్రం 8 గంటలకు సాయంకాలం ధ్యానానికి సమయానికి ముందే లాగిన్ అవుదామండి. మనమంతా కలెక్టివ్ గా సాష్టాంగ ప్రణామం చేసుకొని బంధన్ వేసుకుందామండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ అండి అందరికి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ శ్రీ మాతాజీ. హ్యావ్ ఎ నిర్మల్ డే.